A warm welcome to all the learners to this session of Insertion Sort. I'm Gopika from the Department of Computer Science in Kusujanti College, Bangalore. Today, I'm discussing about the concept of insertion sort in the topic data structures. So, data structure basically means it is a collection of elements plus a set of operations permitted on the set of elements. So, today we will see in detail what insertion sort is and how it can be implemented on a set of data. So without wasting much time, we are directly moving on to the concept. Now, first let us see what a sorting is. So sorting basically means arranging the elements in a particular order. So that order can be either increasing order or it can be decreasing. And one more thing, what this data is, data can be number, data can be characters, it can be words, it can be strings, whatever be the kind of information we have, that if you are arranging in ascending or descending order, or if you have any other random kind of order, that kind of arranging is called a sorting. And there are a collection of sorting methods. Some methods will compare the adjacent elements and then the elements will be swapped and then sorting will be done. Some elements scan through the full data set to select a particular minimum or maximum elements and then sorting will be done. So depending on the way we need, sorting methods are of numerous ways: external sorting, internal sorting, internal itself, so many ways like that it is there. Basically, in this lecture, I am discussing about insertion sort, which is a kind of internal sorting methods. Now, what this particular insertion sort is, it is a kind of a simple sorting method where elements are shifted one by one based on their value, and ultimately we will be getting a sorted set. And this is one of the simplest sorting method. And one disadvantage is this is most efficient for smaller data set. As the size of the element increases or the data set increases, insertion sort becomes a slightly complicated one. So insertion sort is not recommended for big data sets, but only for smaller data sets. So students, as a student level, entry level, when students are learning data structure, this will be of great helpful for them to get introduced to programming concepts, write programs, see how it is working. For that learning purpose, insertion sort will be very much useful. But when you are working in big data, where much more data is there and where you need to process large content, then the insertion sort may not be a good option there. And when you compare this with other available data sorting methods like selection sort and bubble sort, insertion sort works best. One more point to be discussed about insertion sort is it is adaptive in nature. Adaptive in the sense, if the data set is partially sorted, then insertion sort works well because the number of comparisons and swapping will be less in that case. So in order to understand these basic things about in the insertion sort, it will be good if we know the way it is operating or way it is functioning. So I invite your attention towards that. Now, this is the basic thing or basic working of insertion sort. So we can visualize like a classroom where a class monitor is there. So students are there and students are having books with their hand, and a class monitor or class representative is collecting books based on register number or their class roll number. So students will be giving book in any order, but it is a responsibility of the class monitor to arrange those books in the sorted way. So instead of arranging at the end, the smart monitor, what he is doing is, he or she is doing is, while collecting the book itself, the child or the student is keeping the book in its proper position. For example, first the student with roll number 10 is giving the book. So class monitor will keep the book in one position, one way, one on the table he will keep. Next, the student with roll number 3 is giving. Then the book with roll number 3 must be kept above to 10. Then when student with roll number 20 gives, it should be kept below to 10. So now we have a stack of books with 3 on the top, then 10, then 20. Then the student with roll number 8 is giving. That time, the class representative should insert this book in between 3 and 10. Like that, at the time of arrival itself, if the elements or data is put in the proper its record position, that kind of sorting is called the insertion sort. So gradually, as and when other books are received, those books will be put in its proper position. For example, suppose a book with register number or roll number 35 is received, it should be kept in the set between 36 and 34. So like that, if we put in the proper place, that is ultimately insertion sort. So with this numerical example, this elements, 6 elements we have, 5, 1, 6, 2, 4, 3. We'll see how insertion sort is working. So here, first element 5. So if you have a single element, then that itself is sorted, nothing to be done. Now next element 1 is coming. 1 should be inserted prior to 5. So 1 will occupy the first position. Then when 6 comes, 6 will be compared with the first element 1 in the sorted list, second element 5, and then 6 will occupy third position. Now when number 2 comes, 2 will be compared with each and every element in the available set. So with the element 1, 5 and 6. So after comparing 1, again it will be compared with 5. So then we understand that we have to understand that 2 fits in between 1 and 5, and 2 must be inserted there. Then 4 in between 2 and 5. Then 3 in between 2 and 4. So like that, as and when the elements are received, if it is put in the proper way, then that kind is called as insertion sort. I hope the concept is clear to all of you. So for any queries, kindly put up a reply back to this link. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day.